together. Michelle and Pete been tag teaming this morning. All that hard work in the Weather Center. What's the latest, Michelle?
And so we will be keeping you updated throughout the rest of the morning and the afternoon, too, as the storm continues to move through. We are seeing that snow piling up. In fact, an inch an hour snowfall rates in Cumberland here this morning with 6 inches being reported now there. At last check, about 4.5 in Smithfield. It's been snowing about an inch in an hour there as well. Providence at 4 inches, Richmond at 3, Westerly at 2.5, and starting to see that mixing with and at times changing over to sleet and freezing rain along the coastline. You know, the temperatures, even as you see this green on the radar indicating the rain, the temperatures at the coast are still below freezing. So as those raindrops fall and hit anything untreated, it will leave an icy glaze on all surfaces. That's one of the concerns with this storm system. Even though it's not going to be all snow for our entire area, sometimes that ice could be even more dangerous than the accumulating snow. Now, the area that I expect to see that mix with and change over to sleet for a time, basically along 95 and Point South, Providence to Point South. Some of the latest data that I've been looking at this morning from some of our high resolution forecast models showing that rain snow line may not make it up all the way up to the northern part of Rhode Island. So predominantly snow there. We are looking at the snow rates of 1 to as much as 3 inches an hour. It'll be heaviest this morning. As we get into the afternoon hours, late morning, early afternoon, that's when we're going to be seeing our potential for some icing, dangerous travel as that's occurring. And in terms of the winds, are not as strong with this storm system, but we could still see some gusts between 30 and 45 miles per hour from the north and northeast. As we've been mixing with and changing over to sleet and freezing rain, the visibilities come up in Narragansett. You can still see the predominantly snowfall in Providence, but even there looks like you may be seeing some mixing now. Smithfield's at 19 degrees, still 24 in Warwick, mid-20s in Seekonk. Here's the satellite and the radar. Low pressure going to be racing across Pennsylvania. This is not going to be as long lasting or slow moving of a storm as what we had with the blizzard last week. It'll move fairly quickly so that by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the bulk of the accumulating snow will be coming to an end, but we'll still see some lingering snow showers and the temperatures tumbling. This is at 10 o'clock in the morning, showing the potential for that mixing with sleet and freezing rain. Notice by lunchtime, though, the colder air is rushing in. That changes everything back over to just all snow and lingering snow showers this evening, winding down finally by midnight over eastern Massachusetts, and then clearing skies behind that. We wake up to sunshine tomorrow morning, but it is going to be brutally cold across the area. So we're already coming in on the low end of these totals. 4 inches reported right now in Providence. We have about 2 to 2.5 along the coastline, and we expect to see as much as another few inches across our area. The bulk of that this morning, about 8 inches potentially on the high end through the Providence, Cranston, Warwick, East Providence area, 8 to 12 inches in our northern areas, and then 2 to 5 inches along the coastline. Let's talk temperatures. So 10 o'clock this morning, we're trying to get those temperatures up out of the 20s into the 30s in spots. I don't know that we'll ever hit that 32-degree mark, but the potential is there to warm to at least close to the freezing mark. It's a brief warm up. By 3 in the afternoon, those temperatures starting to rapidly drop into the teens for this evening. And that's why anything that's damp, anything that's wet, the puddles that we'll get from the sleet and the freezing rain, the rainfall at the coastline will rapidly turn to black ice. And that's what we wake up to on Tuesday morning. Along with those icy conditions tomorrow morning, wind chills as much as 10 to 20 below zero. Winds will still be gusting over 30 miles an hour tomorrow morning, and the temperatures will be in the single digits, highs in the teens. That cold eases a bit on Wednesday, and then we turn our attention to possibly more snow Thursday into Friday, maybe another coastal storm developing by Thursday afternoon and continuing into Thursday night. So a lot to keep our eye on as we head into this work week as well. Tony's going to be in tonight live at 5. He'll have the very latest on your Futurecast. You can also download our new app for the iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. You can get the latest with that.